what's up, everybody? Happy New Year. It's the 4K Lowdown coming to you live with my granddaughter. You gonna say hi?
How's everybody doing tonight?
I'm your host, Dave, and my co-host is
Rich, Turner Fan 77.
Rich. How you doing, brother? How was your holiday?
It was good. It was good. Didn't do a whole lot. Just watch movies.
Watch movies. That's kind of what we do. So
yeah.
My granddaughter just kind of ran up and wanted me to pick her up. So
we got two co-hosts tonight.
So two co-hosts tonight. So what do you got? You got your phone? Oh, you ready to go down? Go see Grandma? Okay, go see Grandma.
The kids are precious.
Oh, too bad. My wife goes, couldn't you have kept her just a little bit longer? So funny. Anyway, so let's jump on. Joe Joker's on. He just came on. Joe, thanks for joining us. Movie Hunter 2020. New 4K player has YouTube. Tonight I put you guys on my big screen.
I'm sorry about that.
I apologize, bro.
Yeah,
I mean,
man.
if you wanted a horror movie, I guess you picked the right time.
We got radio faces.
We do. We have faces for radio. Absolutely. Okay, that was mine. So yeah, we got Dell. Hopefully Dell's still on there. I'm gonna say hey to Dell. Hey to Movie Hunter 2020. Everybody else that's on, I really appreciate you joining us for this new year. This is episode 8 of our.
Mika?
Oh, Mika joined us. Hey, Mika.
How you doing?
Thanks
for joining us.
Are you back?
I hope everyone had a wonderful New Year's Eve, New Year's Day. Hope everybody stayed safe and enjoyed movies, because that's what, like David said, that's what we do.
Yep. So my granddaughter's joining us in the studio. That's fine. But yeah, no, it's great to have you guys on.
Yeah, we appreciate everyone.
This is episode 8 of our Sesame Street Top 10, where we pick a random letter from my Scrabble bag, and we each pick 6 movies. We watch them if we haven't watched them. We score them. We total them up. Bottom 2 are eliminated. The rest of them make the countdown, and then we see what happens at the end. What our favorite movie was, and what the best movie is out of the group that we got. Thanks, Mika. I'm glad you had a great New Year.
Glad to hear that.
I did too. I mean, it's basically by myself. Everybody else was asleep. So
same.
I wake my wife up 5 minutes before midnight, and we wait for the ball to drop. She says Happy New Year, and then she goes back to sleep. So that's basically what happens. That's my New Year. But anyway,
yeah.
I'm interested. This New Year is good. And how's the sound, bro? I just want to ask. Sound okay? Is everything?
You sound good on my end.
Good, awesome. Because I got a present from my buddy in Colorado that I co-host Spirits of Spirits with. And he sent me a podcast board, microphone, headset, the whole 9 yards.
Oh, dude, that's fucking awesome.
And it's badass. It's really awesome. And I've already programmed sounds, like, if we have like our winning movies, we can go. Oh, I turned it off, didn't I? Let's turn it back on. I've got like stuff that I can do if we
Dave After Dark.
If we have we have Dave After Dark. Wait, I've got that. What? Up? I know you want up. Hold on. Oh, you got your. Oh, owie. You cut my arm.
Joe Jokers, I stayed up till, I think, what time did your stream start?
I start my stream about 10:30.
That
my
was
time.
Your time. So
12:30 your time.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, that's tough, Dell. I just seen your first question.
At 11, yes. So yeah, that makes sense, Joe. Does Into the Spider-Verse count as an I movie? Oh, I count it as an S movie
because it's Spider-Man into the
Spider-Man into the Spider-Verse. Yeah. So it does count as an S movie.
And we already scored it.
Yeah.
I love that movie, Dell. That is
Yeah,
hands
yeah,
down the
he
best
does.
Spider-Man movie to ever be made, and I think it's probably one of the greatest comic book movies ever made. I enjoy it better than Endgame,
Mm.
Infinity War. It's not better than Morbius, but I love. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, nothing's better than Morbius. Speaking of scary stuff, what are you doing?
Yeah. Well, we got some good movies here in the eyes.
We do. This is a good stack.
Yeah.
We got a good list of movies.
This wasn't hard to pick. As
No, this was kind of an easy draft. This was,
Mhm.
we did movies that start with I, and I don't know if I mentioned that earlier. I just
Yeah,
said
you
it was
did.
episode 8. I did? Okay, good.
Mhm.
So we did movies that start with I, and of course, I couldn't do Independence Day, which I was like, dang it. But
I tried to get him to do Independence Day too, but he
heck
didn't
no.
take it. He didn't take it.
Okay, and at the bottom of the barrel is Independence Day 2. Uh, so one of
You
my
say that, but there could be. I mean, all film is subjective. We say that every week.
I don't know.
That could be
Well,
someone's favorite movie.
it could be, and I'd be very surprised.
You just never know.
You can't have that. It's almost bedtime. No cookies. So anyway, so was there anything from my list that you needed to watch for the first?
Yes. I needed to revisit Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Right.
I needed to revisit Immortals. A lot of years I had to revisit because it's been forever since I've seen them.
Okay.
In Time, I
Yeah.
rewatched.
Anything brand new though that you'd never watched before?
No.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I had one of yours that I didn't watch, and I
Which one?
literally finished it a half an hour ago.
Which one?
So, in Imitation Game, I'd never seen that.
Oh, I like that movie. I like.
I enjoyed it. I
Yeah.
I thought it was
It's a
good.
sad movie. Um,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
I
was,
think.
it was very sad. But, considering the time period and what was going
Yeah.
on, it
And
made a
I
lot of
think
sense.
Doctor Strange did a good job.
Yeah, I mean, if you close your eyes, he sounds like a combination of Doctor Strange and Khan from Star Trek Into Darkness.
You're right. He does.
Just the
Yeah.
the the voice and the inflections and
Mm-hmm.
stuff. It was,
Mm-hmm.
because I literally I had my head down and I was doing some notes, because I was working on the scores for it, and I was like, wow, he sounds a lot like Khan, but then his voice was just a little bit higher,
Mm-hmm.
and he sounded like Doctor Strange. It was really interesting, and but he did a really good job.
Yeah, he did.
The acting was really good. We got
What's
Rev.
up, Rev?
What's up, Rev? How you doing, brother? Happy New Year to you.
Yeah, Happy New Year, man.
I was calling out Rev. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the countdown. Which movie do you think is going to be our first one eliminated?
I am number 4.
Well, no, actually, I am number 4. Made the countdown.
What the fuck?
Surprisingly
Sorry.
enough. So, just thought I'd let you know that. So,
Or it's gonna be Inferno.
okay, you're getting closer. But our lowest scored, and we both gave it the same score. And being our first one eliminated is iRobot.
Oh, I forgot about iRobot.
It was your pick, bro.
I know. Yeah.
So iRobot is from 2004, if I'm reading my handwriting correctly. $105 million budget, made $348.6 million in the box office. So that's a 3.6 times the production budget. So it made its money.
Yeah.
And it was Will Smith that drew that.
Yeah.
Oh
shit.
So getting to the scores, I could just bring up my spreadsheet because it's right there.
I like it when you read it better.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, good. Well, I was going to read it from the spreadsheet, but that's okay.
Oh, my
Let's
bad.
do from it.
Sorry.
So, okay. So for cast, you were at a 10. I was at a 9. Acting, you went 7. I went 6. For the trailer, you went 7. I went 8. Ending, you went 6. I went 7. Story, you went 6. I went 7. Script, you went 7. I went 6. Cinematography, you went 6. I went 7. Direction, we were both at a 5. Soundtrack, we were both at a 5. And for the wild card as a sci-fi movie, you went 10. I went 9. IMDb gave this a 7.1. The Rotten Tomatoes critic score was 56. Audience score 70. You and I both gave it a 69.
Yeah, that's about right. I remember loving this movie when it first came out. Yeah, I make the same. I remember enjoying it when it first came.
I enjoyed it, but yeah, it's just not
Yeah,
the quality isn't really there.
yeah, I agree.
I mean, and I gotta say, one of the most painful parts. Bless you. One of the most painful parts is watching. Bless you. Watching Shia LaBeouf act in this one.
Yo, he's terrible.
He is horrible in this
He's
movie.
terrible. He's come a long way. He started from the bottom.
He did. He started from the bottom. He was scraping the bottom in this one.
Mm-hmm.
But when you're watching it, and I didn't realize that Alan Tudyk
Was the voice.
He was the voice of Sonny, and I didn't know that until I went through and and I was like, oh yeah, okay, that makes sense. But he does a lot of voiceover acting in animated movies, Star Wars, stuff like that, to where he does different, the different voices. And I thought that was really cool having him in there. But anyway, so yeah, that one got our lowest score. And it's still a fun watch. It's not about, whether we liked it or not. And see, iRobot greater than I'm number 4. I don't necessarily disagree with that.
Yeah, I don't.
I liked iRobot better than I'm number 4.
Yeah.
But as far as how we score it objectively based on the 10 aspects, I Am Number 4 came in with just a slightly higher score. So
what did you watch iRobot on? This was the DVD, Blu-ray.
It was the Blu-ray.
Okay, see,
I have the Blu-ray Steelbook, so I watched.
That's the one I have too.
Yeah,
it looked pretty good on Blu-ray. I thought.
I thought it was good. Yeah, it was.
Yeah, that's a good transfer.
It was fun. It's enjoyable. And to be honest, if I had both of them in front of me, I'd put iRobot in first and watch it.
Me too.
And it'd be like, I know what it's about. It's really simple. It's something you can watch over and over.
Yeah.
I Am Number 4. I enjoyed I Am Number 4, and I think, by the score, I Am Number 4 turned out to get a higher score. But yeah, I would if I pick movies 10 times, I'll probably pick iRobot 7 out of 10 times and pick.
I think I would pick it 9 out of 10 times. Yeah.
Because I like a little variety. So, and I Am Number 4. I saw it twice in the theater.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I'm not. I enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun with it.
I read it.
And then but the second time it was only $3, and I was like, oh, it's $3. Okay, yeah, we'll go ahead and watch that. That's fine. But again,
iRobot, fun movie.
iRobot's fun.
Best, but
not the best. iRobot's fun. Okay, but coming in at number 11 is Inferno.
Yeah.
So
I like this one.
I
like these.
Yeah, I enjoyed this too. This trilogy is pretty cool. I mean, the books are way better.
Oh yeah.
I mean, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
Of
I agree.
Of the 3 movies, I actually think I liked Angels and Demons the best of the 3 movies.
I think I'd have to agree with you on that.
But as far as the books go, Da Vinci Code's the best book because it came first. The book is amazing, and I really wish
sucks you in right away.
I really wish they could have done better.
Yeah.
With that first movie, even though I'm a huge Tom Hanks fan, I love it, but yeah,
I don't think Tom Hanks. I think he kind of phoned this one in to
Yes.
me. It doesn't feel like Tom Hanks.
No, I agree with that.
Yeah. And I hate to say that because he's a great actor. Oh, what are you drinking tonight?
Oh, well, I'm going alcohol. So I've got Firefall Red Ale from Tioga Sequoia Brewing Company.
I don't drink alcohol, but I got me a crush.
You got you a grape crush. That's fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't drink very much alcohol, but I felt like a beer tonight. So that's what's gonna happen. All right. So Inferno's from 2016 had a budget of 75 million, made 219.5 million in the box office, and I have 11 million in video sales. So it made 2.9 times its production budget, and that just barely scrapes it where it's just made its money back. And again, it was the draw. It was Tom Hanks. It was the trilogy. Thanks, Mika. Yeah, I liked Angels and Demons the best out of the trilogy. I really did, movie wise.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's go to the scores for Inferno. So for the cast, you went 7, I went 10. Acting, you went 6, I went 7. For the trailer, you went 7, I went 8. Ending, you went 7, I went 9. Story, you went 10, I went 7. Script, we were both at a 7. Cinematography, you were at 5, I was 6. Direction, we were both at a 7. Musical score, we were both at a 5. And for the wild card, as it's a thriller, we were both at a 7. IMDb gave this a 6.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 23. Audience score 36. Rotten Tomatoes really shit on this movie.
Yeah.
You gave it a 68. I gave it a 73. Our average score comes out to 70.5. And this takes the number 11 spot and is the second one eliminated.
And see, this goes to, it was my movie and you gave it a better score.
I did.
I had to score it honestly. I don't want to, be like bum up numbers because when you watch this movie, you see the flaws in it.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's primarily we were pretty much the same score. The only difference being I knew more of the cast.
Oh, it was? I didn't even remember.
So we were 1 point difference here and there all the way across, but it washed. But in the beginning, you were at a 6 for the cast, and I was at a 10. So that's a 4-point difference.
Oh yeah, that's
and
true.
We're only 5-point difference in the score. So other than that, there was only 1 point difference between you and me.
Okay.
But because I recognize more of the cast, I gave the cast a higher score.
Yeah. I mean, my movie, you still scored it better.
Yep. But it happens sometimes.
Yes, it does.
And it's really interesting how that comes about to where I'm like, wow, I scored that a lot better than you, and it was your pick. Like Tombstone was your pick when we did the tease. I think it was the tease.
That's right.
When we did the tease, you gave it a 76. I gave it a 91. That was like a huge difference.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
So, stuff like that just happens. And there, movies that I've picked that you've given a higher score than I do.
Yeah.
But okay. So coming in at number 10, as we like I said, it just barely made the countdown, is I Am Number 4. I Am Number 4.
This had potential.
It did. And it's a great book series. If they'd have done it right, I would have loved to seen the one about number 6, who was played by Teresa Palmer in this movie. And that's a much better book. So I was really hoping that they would continue with the stories, but this one just did not do well enough to warrant doing another movie. But anyway, so I Am Number 4 is from 2011. Had a $50 million budget, made 146.2 million in the theater and 21 million in video sales. So it made, again, 2.9 times its production budget. It barely made its money back. And for some reason, I don't have the Rotten Tomato scores for this, so I'm going to grab it really quick as we are
I
talking
bet you it's
about it.
around under 20.
Oh, I have no doubt in my mind. Now, if I could only learn how to type. Because the way they took a crap on. Oh, nope, not under 20.
Oh, really?
Actually better than Inferno.
Oh, no way.
Way. So funny. Okay. Now, truth be told, this was your lowest score out of the entire group. So,
Yeah.
so, and that makes a lot of sense. Did you?
This
You
was
thought
a hard watch for me.
I can appreciate that. I understand.
Yeah.
But yeah, I liked it a little bit better. I just
Let's,
I
yeah.
enjoy the movie. I think it checks the boxes for me for a sci-fi movie because you get aliens, you get kind of an invasion thing going on,
Mhm.
you got superpowers and technology, and just I dug it. I do not like the person who starred in it, Alex Pettyfer. I do not like him personally at all, but I like Timothy Oliphant, who was
I don't
like
like him.
his guardian or whatever, the dude that was kind of taking care of him. I like him. So
I have a hard time with the movies like this. The part of the young, late teen cast, early 20 cast. There's something about movies like that. It's hard for me to really focus because sometimes it all seems like they're reading off a cue card sometimes, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And Mika, I completely agree with you. She said I wanted more from I Am Number 4, especially after the book series, but it was a fun watch. I did want another film, maybe give them a chance to redeem themselves. I know, right? I really thought that maybe they would do better because, kind of like what they did with Hunger Games. The first Hunger Games movie wasn't as good, but they kept going and the movies got better.
Yeah, see, I like the Hunger Games
as they went along. But the book series is amazing. Anyway, so we talked about I Am Number 4. Let's go to the scores. So for cast, you were at a 6. I was at a 9. Acting, you were at a 7. I was at a 6. For the trailer, you were at an 8. I was at a 10. I really like the trailer for it. And yeah, the trailer on Vudu was just like a scene from the movie.
I think I messaged you, didn't I?
Yeah, you messaged me that, and I was like, and I remembered one of them was, but I couldn't remember which one, and I was like, oh, it's this one. But then there was another one that was just like buy it on DVD, and
yeah,
like,
but it was the same trailer. If you went to IMDb, I remember that because it was the same trailer on IMDb, but they took the buy it on DVD off.
Yeah, but there was a turnaround. They actually had another trailer on IMDb. There was a second trailer.
Oh, they did.
It was like 2.5 minutes, and I watched that one, and that one was really good. Okay, so for ending, you were at a 6. I was at an 8. For story, you went 8. I went 7. Script, you went 8. I went 6. Cinematography, you went 5. I went 8. Direction, you went 5. I went 7. Music, you went 5. I went 6. And for the wild card for a sci-fi movie, you went 8. I went 9. IMDb gave this a 6.1. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 33. Audience score 57. You went 66 for it, and I went 76. So total average score 71. So we're 10 points different.
Yeah. That's a lot.
Yeah. It's not our biggest, but
I would probably never rewatch this movie.
I'm okay with that. But you'd never rewatch Princess Bride either. So
that is true. That is true.
or Groundhog Day.
Yeah.
That's fine. I will never watch Clerks 2 again. That's just
That's blasphemy. It's un-American.
I'm like, oh man, I can't believe you made me watch that. And that was when we first met. Clerks 2, really? Do we have to? Is that
But I made up for it with JoJo.
you did. Jojo Rabbit was awesome. And I still to this day that's got to be one of my favorites that I watched this last year. Okay. Moving right along, coming into number 9 is The Island. And I was like, I really thought The Island was going to be at the bottom. This was the one that I was like, yeah. I don't know if Island's going to make the cut. but going back and watching it again, I enjoyed it. It was
it's a fun watch.
It's a fun watch. It's got good science fiction stuff. It's got, it's got a very predictable story. Like you kind of know what's going to happen.
Yeah.
I know that ain't no lottery. That's but so it's from 2005, had a budget of 120 million, made 163 million in the box office. So 1.4 times its production budget. So it actually did not make its money back.
It's worth watching, Mika.
Yeah, it's fun. It's got a really good cast.
It's got Scarlett Johansson. Is it Ewan McGregor?
Ewan McGregor, Michael Clark Duncan.
Yeah.
It's got a really, really good cast. In fact, we were both at a 10 for the cast.
Yeah.
Oh, it was so good she said it twice. I was like, I was at a different. No, it's not. It's the same sentence. It is one of the best Bayham movies. Yep. Hot take, way better than Armageddon. Okay.
I agree.
Come on. I don't think so. I don't agree. But I think it's very, very toned down for Michael Bay. It's like,
I think that's what makes it one of his better films.
Yeah. He doesn't have to go over the top to achieve what he wants. I think Ambulance was kind of the same way. I didn't think Ambulance was too over the top, a little over the top, a little bit too much with the stunts, but I still enjoyed Ambulance. But yeah, Armageddon is way over the top, but I love it because it's
ever since I've seen that.
Huh?
It's been forever since I've seen Armageddon.
Okay, so hopefully we get A's.
Yeah, I know.
I'll have you watch that again. Anyway, okay. As I was saying, back to the scores. So for cast, we were both at a 10. For acting, you went 7, I went 6. I actually thought Scarlett Johansson was a tough watch, acting wise here. And it really brought Ewan McGregor down because I thought he's generally a really good actor, but I didn't care for him playing alongside Scarlett Johansson. It just, I don't know what it was, but I didn't quite like it as much. For trailer, you went 8, I went 6. And I think this was the one that was like, oh, coming to DVD. And I was like, aw. And then the IMDb one was very similar. It was just like a minute long, and it just. But for ending, you went 7, I went 8. For story, you went 8, I went 7. For script, we were both at a 7. Cinematography, you went 5, I went 7. Direction, we were both at a 6. Musical score, we're both at a 5. And for the wild card, being a sci-fi movie, you went 10, I went 8. IMDb gave this a 6.8. There was no Rotten Tomato critic score, because not enough critics have reviewed it. But audience score was a 50. You gave it a 73, and I gave it a 70. So total average score 71.5.
And it has a nice little Blu-ray transfer too. I enjoyed it on Blu-ray.
Yeah, it's really good. All right. Moving on to number 8. Number 8 in our countdown is another Will Smith movie, and it is I Am Legend.
I just watched that not too long ago.
So yeah, this was a fun rewatch for me.
Mm-hmm.
I really enjoyed watching it. It's been a while since I've seen it. It's from 2007. The budget on it was 150 million, which was more than I expected. But considering there's a lot of CGI in here, and I didn't
What's up, Michael?
realize how much.
Yeah.
Yeah. What's up, brother? Thanks for joining us. Happy New Year. Okay. I Am Legend, $150 million budget, made $585.5 million in the box office and $136 million in video sales. So it made 3.9 times its budget. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree with that, Mika.
Yeah.
Movie Hunter saying hey to Mike. Okay. So getting to the scores. For cast, you went 2, and I went 5. Acting, we're both at a 9. For the trailer, you went 8, I went 9. Ending, we were both at an 8. Story, you went 10, I went 9. Script, you went 7, I went 9. Cinematography, you went 8, I went 7. For direction, we were both at an 8. Musical score, you went 5, I went 6. And for the wild card, and I think we went sci-fi with it, because it's kind of post-apocalyptic.
Yeah.
We both went a 9. So IMDb gave this a 7.2. And Mike says, I Am Legend is awesome. That dog scene, man, destroys me every time. More than the helicopter scene. I agree with that. I absolutely agree with that. When I was looking at the acting, that's the scene that gave it a 9 for me, was his scene with his dog.
Yeah.
Anyway, IMDb gave this a 7.2. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 68. Audience score also 68. You gave it a 74, and I gave it a 79 for a total average score of 76.5.
It has a decent 4K transfer too on the disc.
I have not had a chance to see it in 4K.
It's not bad.
I have the Blu-ray, but it was still a fun watch.
The CGI 4K doesn't do it justice.
Oh, okay. I that's would be what I would be afraid of.
Yeah.
Is that the CGI would be kind of funky on 4K with that from that.
You take those out, and the rest of it looks good.
Nice. All right. Moving right along, not to be outdone, coming in at number 7 is the one that I needed to watch, and that was The Imitation Game.
I enjoyed this movie.
It's a good watch.
This was a blind buy for me when it came out.
Yeah. I saw the trailers and stuff for it, and I was like, yeah, I don't know if I'm in the mood, because I just thought it was going to be just another war movie. But there was so much more depth to that.
Yeah.
Which I really liked. I'm glad you recommended this, bro. I'm glad
you watched it.
I'm glad I watched it too. I mean, it took a while. Like I said, I watched it today. And because I was like, man, I gotta watch that movie, because I was so busy doing this spreadsheet for all the scores that we've done that I just get to watching this. And plus with the new year and all that.
Yeah.
What is this? I Am Legend is only held back by shoddy CGI.
Yeah.
And it was, it wasn't bad back when it came out. Yeah, I agree with that.
The 4K.
And that was what we were talking about. The 4K doesn't
CGI doesn't look good in 4K.
Yeah. Haven't seen The Imitation Game. Movie Hunter.
Check it out,
If you get a chance, watch it. If you I really enjoyed it. It's got layers to it that I didn't expect. And that was a neat. Keira Knightley did a great job here.
I'm not a fan of her.
I'm not a fan of hers either.
Really good job.
I thought she did a really good job. I could really, look on her face and her eyes. I could feel her emotion, and I thought that was really cool.
Yeah, definitely check it out, Mika.
Yeah, hopefully you guys like it.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's sad too.
It is. It's sad, but I mean, there's reasons why
Yeah.
it's
We won't
sad.
spoil it.
It's no, I'm not gonna spoil this one. It is definitely it's under 10 years old, so we don't do any spoilers, or we try not to do any spoilers. But so from 2014, the Imitation Game had a $15 million budget, made 227.3 million in the theater, and 10.9 million on video. So that was 15.2 times its production budget by my calculations. So it definitely made its money back.
Yeah.
I think they released it at just the right time because it was right around Doctor Strange and all that. Benedict Cumberbatch and Star Trek Into Darkness. So Benedict Cumberbatch just hit big.
Mm-hmm.
And then he does this one, and they're like, jonesing for anything with this dude in it.
Yeah. And his performance is good.
Oh, it's really good.
Mm-hmm.
And like I said, I was just, if you close your eyes and you just listen to his voice, it's a mixture of his character in Star Trek and his character in Doctor Strange. It's just kind of, but just just a little bit different, but you can kind of feel it. It was interesting not looking at it and listening to his voice, especially when he narrates, which is kind of interesting. And because you get an idea of what's going on in his mind.
Yeah.
As a mathematician and very socially awkward. So it's really
the thing that sticks out to me. It's not a spoiler. Is when they're going out to lunch and his friend and his I won't say his friends because they're not friends yet.
No, they're coworkers.
Yeah, coworkers asked if he was hungry and wanted lunch. That scene sticks out to me. I really dig that scene.
It was like a who's on first thing, because he was just like, because he's like, we're going to lunch, and he's like, calls him out, yes, we're going to lunch.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just kind of,
and then getting ready to leave.
I'm asking you out to lunch. He goes, no, you haven't. You just told me you're going to lunch.
Yeah. That scene sticks out to me.
It does, and it gives you a really good raw idea of just the way his mind works.
Yeah.
Not to mention in the very beginning when he's applying for this job that he's doing.
Oh yeah.
Just his behavior. I'm like, oh, okay. So he's Sheldon from Big Bang Theory is what I got from it. Is that's what he reminded me of.
Yeah.
Anyway, all right, let's go to the scores. Results. I did not write down all my scores, but I put it in the computer. Okay. All right. So, for acting, for cast, I went too far ahead. For cast, you were at an 8, I was at a 7. For acting, we were both at a 10. For the trailer, we were both at an 8. Ending, we were both at a 9. Story, we were both at a 9. For script, you went 9, I went 10. Cinematography, we were both at a 5. Direction, we were both at an 8. Musical score, we were both at a 5. And as it's a drama, for the wild card, you went 9, I went 8. So IMDb gave this an 8.0. Rotten Tomatoes critic score 90.
Oh, wow.
Audience score 91. You gave it an 80, and I gave it a 79. So total average score 79.5.
We were really close on that one.
Yeah. Yeah. Dell liked but didn't love Imitation Game. I agree. Cumberbatch was great. Yeah. Like I said, we gave it a solid B.
Yeah.
As far as the score goes. But I liked it. It was a good watch. Would it be something I would watch again and again? Probably not. No. I might watch it again at some point.
I had to revisit it.
But it was a good one-time watch for me.
Yeah. This was the second time I watched the Blu-ray since I bought it in 2014, 15, whenever it came out.
Yeah. All right. Coming up on number 6, our number 6 movie is In Time.
I enjoyed rewatching this.
This was fun.
Yeah.
I like this movie. It's I gotta say the plot is kind of out there.
Mm-hmm. That's what makes it fun, though.
With how they do it, but yeah, it made it very unique. It's not something that I've ever seen them do before. So, and granted, you got Justin Timberlake, but he didn't do a bad job.
No, he didn't. Cry Me a River did pretty good, I thought.
Yeah. So it was just like, oh, okay, that's not bad. I like him. I like Amanda Seyfried. I think she's fine. She's
an okay actress.
She's an okay actress, and
she's more eye candy.
Yeah, she's more eye candy. I agree with that. And then I believe one of the dudes from Imitation Game is actually in Time, and I'd have to double check that.
Oh, I didn't even realize.
Yeah, and I was going to say the British guy, but they're all British guys in an Imitation Game. But the one who was kind of in charge before Benedict Cumberbatch took over and became in charge, the guy that the government brought in, I can't remember his name.
I don't know. I'm terrible at names.
But anyway,
look it up.
I think he was in Time also, but it just the face kind of struck me as familiar.
I'm looking it up right now.
There was one person that I didn't recognize from either movie, but now after rewatching him, I'm like, oh yeah, I think that's that guy. And you got Matt Bomer in it, and again you got Alex Pettyfer, but he's kind of a jerk in this one. So, you got Cillian Murphy in here, Johnny Galecki is in it. It's got a really good cast, and God, I hope I'm right, but I don't know. I don't know if I am. Maybe I'm not.
I don't know.
Is it that guy? No, it's not that guy. No, maybe I'm wrong. I think I'm wrong. But it just one guy seemed familiar from I watched In Time first, and then when I watched Imitation Game today, and the one guy looked familiar, and I thought it was from In Time, but maybe not. Anyway, not that important. Well, we're not going to worry about it. Let's get to the stuff. So, In Time is from 2011, had a budget of 35 million. Made 165.1 million in the box office, 17.4 million in video sales. So 4.7 times its production budget. Oh, that's good. So yeah. Movie Hunter liked In Time, very original.
Yeah. I'll check it out, Dell.
Hasn't seen it. I hope you get a chance to see it, Dell.
Yeah.
I think maybe you'll enjoy it. Story concept very unique for In Time. Yeah. Thanks, Mika. So, all right, let's go to the scores. So for cast, we were both at a 10. I think it's got a really good cast, a surprisingly good cast. Acting, you went 7, I went 8. For the trailer, you went 9, I went 8. Ending, you went 8, I went 9. Story, you went 10, I went 9. Script, we were both at an 8. Cinematography, you went 5, I went 8. Direction, you went 8, I went 6. Musical score, both at a 5. And wild card as a sci-fi movie and its uniqueness, we were both at a 10 for the wild card. IMDb gave this a 6.7, and this was interesting. Rotten Tomatoes kind of shit on this one too. 37% for the critic score.
This is way better than that.
51 for the audience score. You went 80. I went 81. So total 80.5.
We're getting a little close.
Yeah. But that was good. This was a fun rewatch. This was something. Olivia Wilde is in this, and
she's not in it much.
She's not in it much. She's Justin Timberlake's mom, which is like,
Yeah.
what?
Yeah.
But
You know, I bought it on Voodoo. It was on sale for $5. And I said, you know what? I'm just gonna buy it. And so
okay,
I just picked it up. So $5.
cool. All right, we are coming into our top 5, bro.
Damn, that was
So
quick.
yeah, so this is a good round.
Yeah.
So what do you think comes in at number 5?
I am going to go Iron Giant.
Ooh, very close. But number 5 is Immortals.
Oh, I forgot about Immortals. Shit. I had fun revisiting this. I hadn't seen it since it came out.
Dude, I really like this movie.
I did
This
too.
movie is very,
It's underappreciated.
I think so. This very much reminds me of 300.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
I think
it's filmed almost the same way. It's just,
Mhm.
more with gods and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But I think you take 300 and Wrath, and Wrath of the Titans together, and that's what Immortals is
Yeah.
to me.
Yeah, you're right. That's a good one. That's a good way to put it.
Um, I don't want to say Clash of the Titans because Clash of the Titans is like, and I mean the original one, the Harryhausen, is an epic movie.
Yeah.
But Wrath of the Titans, the sequel, was still really good. A lot of God stuff, but I would put it like on par with those. Take those two, smack them together, and you get the hungry, angry baby that is Immortals.
Henry Cavill. I'm a huge Henry Cavill fan, so he's great in this.
Yeah. So it's from 2011, had a budget of 75 million, made 211.5 million in the theater and 36.2 million in video sales, so 2.8 times its production budget. Little under, but still pretty close to making its money back. It's got a huge cast. So for cast, we were both at a 10. Acting, you went 7, I went 8. For the trailer, we're both at a 10. It's a killer
It was
trailer.
an awesome trailer.
Probably my favorite trailer of the night. Ending, you went 8, I went 9. Story, you went 9, I went 8. Script, you went 7, I went 8. Cinematography, we were both at a 10. Direction, we were both at a 7. Musical score, you went 5, I went 7. And for Wild Card as a fantasy movie, we both went 10. IMDb gave this a 6.0. Rotten Tomato critic score 49. Audience score 49.
Oh,
Again,
wow.
I really think they undercut this.
Yeah.
You gave it an 83 and I gave it an 87. So
Uh-oh. He froze. Definitely check it out, Mika.
total average score 85.
Yeah, you froze.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Okay.
Yeah.
Little hiccup on the ISP. We got storms coming in, so
Yeah.
So Immortals is terrible, but in a fun way. That's a good.
You froze again, man. And David is freezing. Am I froze?
Good way to do it. No, you're not freezing. I am.
Okay.
I'm having internet issue. Yeah, connection is unstable.
Okay, because it's getting ready to storm here too. So
yeah, it's definitely storming here, but it's my connection, and it says if I'm on the Wi-Fi to go on to plug it into your router, and I'm plugged into the router, so no, it's me. He says you're good, Rich.
Thank you.
And so does Dell.
Guys.
Dell says you're good. So Rich is good. Dave is not. But That's usually the case.
Anyway, Immortals is a fun watch. Watch it if you haven't seen it.
Yeah, I really
Yeah.
enjoyed it, and I like the people that played the gods.
Mhm.
Luke Evans as Zeus. I thought it was really cool. It was enjoyable watch. Like I said, it reminded me a lot of 300 the way they filmed it.
Mhm.
I liked the fighting because you could see the way the gods fought and the way the humans fought
Mhm.
was completely different. When the
Yeah.
when the gods fought, it was like everything was in slow motion.
Yeah.
But when the humans fought, it was like normal. And I just thought that was cool. I thought it was a really neat effect. Okay, my connection's starting to come back a little bit. So
But
I'm hoping. Yeah, okay, I'm back to normal. Whew, good job. All right. Well, normal-ish. All right. So coming in at number 4, like I said, you were close. So our number 4 movie in the countdown is The Iron Giant. This was it was a really fun rewatch.
yeah,
I actually only have this in DVD, but it was still a lot of fun.
I have the Blu-ray FYE steelbook.
Hmm.
That's a nice steelbook.
Okay. Unfortunately, it didn't make its money though. So it's from 1999. It's actually a little older than I thought. Had a budget of 50 million and only made 31.3 million in the box office. I could not get a video sale thing for it. So it didn't even make its budget in money. So but I think it did make some money in video sales. I just
Oh yeah,
couldn't,
because it became a cult classic.
yeah, I just couldn't, I just
Yeah.
couldn't find the numbers on it. Anyway, so getting to the scores. So for cast, you went 6, I went 8. For acting, you went 9, I went 8. For the trailer, we were both at a 10. It's another really good trailer.
Mm-hmm.
Ending, we were both at a 10. Story, we were both at a 10. Script, we were at a 9. Cinematography, you went 9, I went 8. For direction, we were both an 8. For music, you went 5, I went 6. And for wild card as an animated movie, you went 10, I went 9. And this one, we're pretty close to what they had. IMDb gave this an 8.1. Rotten Tomato critic score 96. Audience score 90. And we both gave this movie an 86.
Yeah, it's a good movie.
Barnes and
I
Noble
love the
usually
animation
has a
in it.
standard Blu-ray of Iron Giant for $10 or less. Okay. I don't have a Barnes and Noble within 2 hours of me, but they're opening one close. They're opening one, well, less than an hour away. So hopefully soon I will have a Barnes and Noble. I have access to one without having to drive for a long time to watch a movie, to go and buy movies like when they have the Criterion sale or something. All right. Top 3. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Any guesses? You want me to just go?
Number 3, I'm gonna go Indiana Jones.
Not bad. Number 3 is Interstellar.
A movie hunter. I own 2 copies and haven't seen it yet.
Probably both on Steelbook too. But I
like Interstellar a lot.
I enjoy Interstellar a lot. I halfway thought this was going to make the number 1 spot. I was really kind of like, I was like, it's going to be top 3. I would be like, okay, 2 or 1. And I was actually like, I was expecting it to be number 1. And then I saw the other 2 movies that are in the top 3, and I'm like, oh, okay, maybe not. maybe it's going to be a little bit tougher than I think. Yeah, Interstellar is amazing.
It is.
So Interstellar is from 2014, had a budget of 165 million, made 648.6 $28.7 million in the box office, 52.9 million in video sales, coming out to 3.9 times its production budget. So it made its money back, did really well.
Yeah.
Mika would put this in her top 10. Absolutely deserving of that. Dell loves Interstellar, so we got high marks across the board, bro.
Yeah.
All
This
right.
is a great film.
It is. Oh man, it's such a good movie. So, you know, my problems with the movie are very subtle. Just a little bit. And you'll kind of see it in the scores, but still one of the highest. And I would still watch this again.
I love watching this movie. It looks fantastic in 4K too.
It does. Oh, it's beautiful in 4K. It was one of the first ones I bought.
Oh, was it?
In 4K. That wasn't Steelbook. I know, yeah, it's beautiful to watch in 4K. Yeah. Okay, so let's go to the scores. For cast, we're both at a 10. Acting, we're both at a 10. For the trailer, we're both at a 9. Ending, you went 10, I went 7. This was the only problem I had, was the ending. I still liked it, but it didn't end how I wanted it to end. For story, you went 10, I went 8. For script, you went 9, I went 10. Cinematography, we're both at a 10. Direction, you went 10, I went 9. Musical score, we're both at a 5. And for Wild Card as a sci-fi movie, we're both at a 10. IMDb gave this an 8.6. Rotten Tomato critic score 73. Critic score 86. You gave this a 93, and I gave it an 88 for a total average score of 90.5. Yeah, Dell didn't realize Interstellar did so well in the box office. Yeah, it did. It did really good in the box office.
Most Christopher Nolan movies do.
Yeah. All right. Let's go into our top 2. So our number 2 movie in our countdown is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Fun movie.
Yeah, this is my favorite out of the franchise, and I'm like, if we're going to do something Indiana Jones is going to have to be said. We're going to have to put, and it was something because we haven't really done anything from this franchise before. So I was like, oh man,
this isn't my favorite franchise either.
I've got to put this in here. I can't say it's definitely. I think it's definitely top 5 franchises for me until Crystal Skull came out, and then I was like, okay, well, that wasn't bad, but
I think it's just U.S. movie, Hunter.
What's that?
He's had a question.
No, I'm doing global. That is global.
Oh, that's global
box office. Yes, if I can get it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were doing U.S.
No, I am not doing U.S. only. That is global box office scores.
Then I stand corrected. My bad.
Okay, I got you, bro. You and your grape juice,
right? No, I like Sean Connery in this.
Me too. As the dad, I think the casting was a great choice.
I've been rewatching some old 007s that I haven't seen.
Yeah, you were talking about that because you're doing like your whole collection.
Yeah, I like him as 007.
Yeah. Oh no, yeah, he's my favorite 007.
Yeah,
my favorite 007 movie though is actually a Pierce Brosnan one, but he's my favorite 007. Goldfinger. If you get a chance, I don't know if you have it or
no, I don't.
I do. I wish I had the digital because you could watch it, but Goldfinger is my favorite of the Sean Connerys for sure.
Yeah. I only have what they put out on Steelbook. Best Buy did. Yeah. They did a little run of 007 movies and Steelbooks, and I picked all those up.
Yeah. Been so long since I've watched any of the indie movies. Time to dust them off and give them a rewatch. That's right.
Yeah.
Put the hat on, get the whip. Let's go. But yeah, so I did that too. I got some of those, like I got Honor Majesty's Secret Service and Casino Royale and a couple other ones on
I
Steelbook.
picked them all up at whatever they released because I love the design of them. They're simple
I
and
picked, yeah, I for some reason I wanted to get Honor Majesty's Secret Service because that's the only one with George Lazenby as 007.
oh
So
yeah,
that's the one I've got. And that's the first one I got, and it's got the British flag on it. It was pretty
mm-hmm.
cool. It's a pretty cool Steelbook.
Yeah.
But yeah, I like, Thunderball and Moonraker and all the Roger Moore ones because I kind of grew up on the Roger Moore ones. The Sean Connery ones were a little bit before me, but as I was getting used to Roger Moore, I was like, oh, I got to go back and watch some of the older ones, and those are like really good.
Yeah, they're nice.
Yeah, I had to buy everyone. Of course you did.
Yeah.
All you have to do is say, I like Steelbooks. I have to buy everyone. You have,
that ain't no kidding.
you have all the Steelbooks, bro. Okay, so let's get into Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. It's from 1989. Had a budget of 48 million, made 474.1 million in the box office. But my video sales, I know it's wrong. I came out with $241,000 in video sales. I know it's got to be higher than that. I grabbed the Bond box set because it goes through Skyfall, so not buying any of the old ones again.
I want to get that too. Is it the white one? I think it's the white one.
All right. So let's get to the scores. For cast, you went 7, I went 8. Acting, you went 8, I went 9. For the trailer, we're both at a 10. Another really good trailer. Ending, you went 9, I went 10. For story, we were both at a 10. I love the whole thing with the Holy Grail and how they did that. I thought that was really cool.
Me too.
For script, you went 8, I went 9. For cinematography, we were both at a 9. Direction, we were both at a 9. Musical score, we were both at a 10. And for Wildcard as an action movie, we were both at a 10. IMDb gave this an 8.2. Yeah, he said yes, the white set.
Okay.
8.2 from IMDb. Rotten Tomato critic score 88. Audience score 94. You gave this a 90. I gave it a 94. Total average score 92. And it takes the number 2 spot. All right, we got one more left. It was your pick. The number 1 movie in our countdown is Iron Man.
And this out of the MCU is to me the perfect MCU movie, and it started it all. I still enjoy Winter Soldier more.
Yeah,
but
I think Winter Soldier is my favorite.
Me too.
MCU movie. But if it wasn't for this movie,
yeah,
the MCU wouldn't have happened.
Yeah,
they wouldn't have gone through and done. Captain America might have come out, but I don't think Thor would have happened. I think they would have killed it. And but Iron Man was so good.
Yeah, it was.
That they're like, we want more. So
Jon Favreau did an amazing job.
Yeah, so they just kept on going with it.
Yeah, you're right, movie hunter.
Yeah. Was very good. It was so funny because I was like, oh, when I was looking at I was rewatching the movies, I was like, oh, Interstellar is going to be number 1. And then I went, oh, Indiana Jones, that's got to be number 1. And then I saw Iron Man. I'm like, oh, shit. It's going to be number 1. I was really kind of like back and forth between those 3. I knew those 3 were going to be over 90.
Yeah. This is a movie I can pop in and watch.
Oh, yeah. I'll watch it if it shows up on TV, I'll watch it.
Thank you, Mick.
Yeah. Side note, self-plug, my ranking of the MC movies.
I seen that pop up across my phone.
I still, yeah, I checked that out. I saw that too.
My name did.
Yeah, thanks, Mika. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for stopping in too, Mika.
I really appreciate you guys sticking with us.
Everyone.
Yeah. All of you, Mike, Dell, Movie Hunter, Mika, everybody. We got 6 people on right now.
Awesome.
I'm really happy, and everybody on YouTube. I don't have anybody on Facebook, but that's okay.
Yeah.
But all right. So Iron Man's from 2008, had a budget of 186 million, made 585.1 million in the box office, 198.4 million in video sales,
Wow.
totaling 3.1 times its production budget.
Yeah.
So I was like, that's cool. It made its money.
Yeah.
Getting to the scores. So for cast, we were both at a 10. Acting, we were both at an 8. Trailer, we were both at a 10. Ending, we were at a 10. Story, we were at a 10. Script, we were at an 8. Cinematography, we were at an 8. Direction, you went 10, I went 9. Music, you went 8, I went 9. And for Wild Card as a fantasy movie, we were both at a 10.
Yeah.
IMDb gave this a 7.9, which I think is an oddly low.
Yeah.
Rotten Tomato critic score 94, audience score 91, and you and I both gave it a 93. A well-deserving 93.
Yeah.
I think.
And this movie, Robert Downey Jr. resurrected his career with this movie.
Yes.
The only issue I have with this movie, and it bugs me to no end, is being a comic book reader. When this movie came out and it hit big, they changed.
They changed Terrence Howard. Oh,
into Robert Downey Jr. in the comics.
Yes.
Bugs me. I don't like that.
Okay.
But yeah, I see why they did it. I just didn't like it. That's the only thing that bugs me about this movie. It's really not the movie.
It bugs you what they did to the comic book after the movie came out.
Uh-huh. They made him look. His goatee was the same as Tony Stark. His whole character kind of changed to that snarkiness that Robert Downey Jr. had in it.
Yeah.
But the movie itself, perfect.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed it. But yeah, the problem that I had was them replacing Terrence Howard with Don Cheadle. I do like Don Cheadle better as Rhodey. Oh man, I was about to go on a Don Cheadle rant. That's what I'm about to do right now. But my thing was, and I know the reasons why Terrence Howard did not continue with the series, even though Terrence Howard didn't know that he wasn't going to be in the second movie until they announced Don Cheadle as Rhodey. And he's like, this is the first I knew about it. But in the first Iron Man movie, Terrence Howard made more money than Robert Downey Jr. Starkiness. Yeah. That should be a hashtag, Starkiness. Are you Tony Stank? Yeah. Party one, Tony Stank. So I get why they pulled Terrence Howard and went with Don Cheadle. And in hindsight, I like Don Cheadle better ultimately as Rhodey, but he's just been Rhodey for so long that I don't know.
He can act circles around Terrence Howard, in my opinion.
He can. Terrence Howard's a good actor.
I think Terrence Howard.
I don't think Terrence Howard. He's not an action type actor to me. I don't know how he would have done as War Machine. Is my thing.
Yeah.
I liked him in the first movie as his character as Rhodes, but I don't know. And I really love that little quip at the end where he looked at the War Machine. He's like, "Next time, baby," and he walks off. I loved that.
Mm-hmm. I think it was his attitude while he got recast.
I think it was partly the attitude. Yeah, Don Cheadle's great, but yeah, it was partly the attitude, but partly the money, because Terrence Howard made more money than Robert Downey Jr. in the first movie, and Don Cheadle comes in way cheaper because they had to really up Robert Downey Jr.'s money.
Yeah. And I
Um,
think, if I remember correctly, Robert Downey Jr. took most of his money on the back end of the movies.
yeah,
And that was smart. I mean,
yeah,
the more money the movie made, the more money he made.
yeah. Thanks, Del. Appreciate that. But yeah, I like both actors. I think Don Cheadle was better for this role
Mm-hmm.
than Terrence Howard would have been. But I did like Terrence Howard's. I liked how he played Rhodes in the first movie
I
because
did
he
too.
didn't have to do all that action. He didn't have to do all that War Machine stuff, you know, like in Iron Man 3 when he had to like do all that crazy crap with the gun and doing the president and the Iron Patriot stuff.
Yeah.
I don't think Terrence Howard could have done that. I
Yeah.
mean, yeah, a lot of it's CGI, but I don't think he could have done half the stunts that Don Cheadle did on his own.
Yeah. I agree, Mika. Because he made a killing off of
Yeah,
Endgame and Infinity War.
yeah, heck yeah. Um, and to illustrate the point, so this is going back a long time, but Donald Sutherland, who starred in Animal House, they offered to pay him by royalties and give him money off how much the movie made. He refused because he thought the movie sucked. So he said, only I will take my day rate and that's it. So you'll pay me the regular thing. I don't want your royalties because this movie is going to tank. And he realized that he would have made $40 million by taking the royalty bonus instead of the day rate.
Yeah.
So he would have made 10 times as much money doing Animal House
Listen up.
by taking the royalties. Sometimes you get
Yeah.
I was gonna say sometimes you get the flaming bag of shit at your door, and sometimes it's gold.
Yeah.
It's just
But again, Iron Man was
I
kicked off.
I agree with that. I think Howard would have done a fine job. And I don't know if it's like, and I don't want to be blasphemous here, but if you take the Bible and you take another book that was written at the same time and you had them both, which one would you pick? But the very fact is we only know the Bible.
Yeah.
So because Terrence Howard only did the first movie, all we really know is how Don Cheadle did, and you'd be like, yeah, he did a great job. So I'm glad Terrence Howard isn't in it. But who knows? Terrence Howard may have killed it. He may have been able to do a great job.
And they're putting Don Cheadle in the lead for Armor Wars.
Yeah.
So we got that coming with him.
Yeah.
And I think he's in Secret Invasion too. He might, I think.
I think he's in Secret Invasion. I think that's right.
I think he is too.
Because yeah, he is carrying on as War Machine when the other guys are dropping off. So, but yeah, that's it. That's our list, bro.
It was great. This great movies.
Yeah,
I mean,
that was a lot of fun. That was great rewatches.
Mm-hmm.
Great first time watch for me on Imitation Game. I really enjoyed
glad you watched it and liked it.
Yeah, me too. I'm glad I got a chance. I'm sorry it took longer than I thought it would do to watch it because we had a couple of weeks, but
yeah, I think we had 3 weeks, didn't we?
Yeah, I think we had 3 weeks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
but no, it was a lot of fun. Okay.
No, X is in Y or X in
X and Q.
Oof. Oh, we're going to tell you now. These ain't the greatest movies.
No, we were scraping the bottom of the barrel for like, oh crap, you picked what I wanted to pick, and then I picked something. And damn it, you picked what I wanted to pick because we were really kind of just trying to find something that started with the letter.
Rule is we have to own it physically or digitally. We
Right.
can't just pick something randomly off of streaming.
And the other person has to have access to it.
Yes, they have to have access to it. Yeah.
Because that was another couple things. It was like, I don't have that movie, and I'm like, okay, well then we can't do that.
Yeah, I had to pull my DVDs out of storage.
We were like, holy guacamole!
Yeah, there's some part 1s, part 2s.
Yeah, we had to do a few movies. Like okay, grab everything in the franchise because at least it starts with Q. Let's do the whole thing. Yeah. But thanks, Mika.
Mika says, okay, go ahead. I'm sorry.
The action being CGI would have hit his weaknesses. I agree with that, Dell. Some advantage to watch. I appreciate that. X and Q. Yeah, it's going to be interesting to say the least. We're going to have a real wide range of scores, I think, for next week. So yeah, that's next Monday. We're going to do X and Q. That'll be episode 9. And I just drew our letter for episode 10 of our Sesame Street top 10. And that letter is P.
Ooh, P. Thinking.
So we'll do our draft at some point on that. I got to put that in the bag.
Yeah.
So
how many X-Men movies make the cut? Do you really want to know?
You really want to know? we have 12 picks, so he pretty much got pretty much called it.
Yeah. Movie
yeah. Just Rich is like Days of Future Past, and I go Road Cut, and he goes no, the regular one. I said okay, I'll pick Road Cut.
Yeah.
No, but I didn't. I didn't go that close, but we were like okay. We were kind of like I go, do I want to do X-Men Origins Wolverine? No, I'm not going to do that.
I'm glad you didn't pick that. I just watched
I didn't pick it either. But yeah, there was a lot of X-Men movies. Definitely Quiet Place.
Yeah.
So yeah, interesting. But
you guys will be chuckling.
It is what it is. We're just we're like I said, we draw it at random, and when we decided that when we had one of those letters where there's not a whole lot of titles to choose from, then we pick a second letter and we do both.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it turned out to be the two least amount that we could get.
Yeah.
So P is going to be a blessing.
Yeah.
When we draft our P's, I think that's going to be good. But all right, so we're about ready to get out of here. I love the list. That was a great show with our eyes. So I've got the recap that's going to show at the end. As I said, next Monday we're going to do X and Q, and then the following Monday we will do our favorite movies beginning with the letter P.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to the Q and X, just for the chuckles.
Just for the chuckle, we're gonna laugh. We're like, boy, that was a tough watch.
You have a great night too, Mika.
Yeah, thanks, Mika. I appreciate it. I want to make sure that we didn't already do P.
We didn't do P.
Yes, we did.
We did?
We did P. Pandorum, Pan's Labyrinth, Parasite, Perks of Being a Wallflower.
Oh, yeah.
We did P.
Oh, shit.
I was like, something sounds familiar. Promising Young Woman.
That seems so long ago.
We gotta redraw.
Let's shuffle that bad boy up.
I was gonna say,
yes.
We loved It Man, but we already scored it.
I was turned on to It Man from David and Alex from over at Geeks and Flakes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I really liked it. I just picked up that 4K not too long ago.
But It Man did not make our list because we'd already scored It Man, and I didn't really care for 2, 3, or 4 enough to really think that belonged on our favorites. Okay, new letter P we had already done, so our new letter is E.
Ooh.
And I don't think we've done E.
No.
Not even the draft.
Yeah.
Sure. Thanks, man.
Yeah,
I really appreciate that.
Trial and error.
Yeah. I think we're well under an hour and a half, which is what we want to do. I'm really happy about that. All right. So X and Q next week, following week, E. E. And then let's see. We're going to do our end of month. Take 2. We're going to do our end of year. Those will be recorded and we'll drop those.
Yeah.
Probably next week, I think, is when we'll get those done. And then coming up on Thursday the 19th is going to be the 2022 Lowdown Awards, where Rich, myself, and Alex and Nate from Geeks and Flicks are going to be together on one stream with our nominations for movies of the year. And you, the people in the chat, will be able to vote for the winner on each round. So that's going to be a lot of fun. That'll be,
so
like
we
I said,
want you guys to help us promote so we can get people in to come and vote on these movies, because it's going to be a fun time. Nate and Alex, great guys. They bring a lot of energy. So hopefully we get a lot of people in the chat so we can get some votes.
Yeah, definitely.
You
Dale,
too,
thank you so much. I really appreciate you coming on, brother, and see you next time. And I'm definitely going to check out your MCU list. Thanks, Movie Hunter. Appreciate it.
Thanks, guys. Next Thursday, I forget what the date is. Whatever next Thursday is, we got Comic Talk.
Is it
episode 3?
11?
Yeah,
12.
episode 3. Right? Episode 3?
Episode 3.
Yeah. Okay. See, my mind ain't working. We're gonna have really old movies on. We're gonna interview him because he likes comic books. So we have that coming next Thursday at 8 Central. Yeah, they are. Mika.
Yep. Really cool guys. I'm sorry, you said 8 Central?
Yeah,
right?
8 Central, 9 Central, 9 Central. I don't know. We'll figure that out.
All right. Yeah, I think that's 12th. So
yeah, that's all I have.
Cool. Yeah. So yeah, we have the 12th for Comic Talk. We have the 19th for the Lowdown Awards, and then the 26th for episode 4 of Comic Talk, where we're going to talk Nailbiter.
Yes. Right? I can't wait to hear what your thoughts on that is.
I can't wait to score it.
I love that book. It's 2 volumes, volume 1, volume 2. I hope it gets to volume 3 because I really enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
I think, and me and my daughter might be recording another episode of What Am I Watching, Dad? And that's going to be Teen Wolf. She got excited because she thought it was a Teen Wolf show because she said there's a bunch of cute guys. I was like, no,
it's the movie.
It's the movie. Yeah. So we have that.
No such luck. She'd be like, "Oh,"
and she does. She's like, "Oh man."
All right. We're gonna get out of here. Great list, bro.
Yeah, fun.
You guys, we'll see you next week. Thank you so much for tuning in. Be safe. Be well. Watch some movies. Enjoy, and we'll see you next week.
See you guys. Take care.